Good morning, class 11 student. We'll continue the portion of friction in which we're going to learn about angle of friction. Now, what is this angle of friction? Angle of friction, by the definition, is the angle which the resultant of the limiting friction and the normal reaction makes with the normal reaction. That means the angle between the limiting friction and the normal reaction is called as angle of friction. Now, in this case, suppose if an object is kept on the surface and the total weight of this object appears to move at the lower portion. Hence, the reaction appears at the upward direction. This is your normal reaction. And if some force is applied to move this object in this direction, that is from left to right, then the frictional force will act from right to left, that is your small f. Hence, frictional force and normal reaction will get the resultant at this direction, and this direction is denoted by an angle which you called as lambda. That means if you make parallel line, that means this will be the frictional force which is parallel to the x-axis, and this will remain as the normal reaction. So here you have three contents which are dependent on it. One which you called as weight. Weight is equals to mg. Second one is your normal reaction, that is your R, and the frictional or limiting frictional force, so that is dependent on, that is denoted by small m. Now, considering the value of this reaction, that means if I take this as a triangle and if I name it as OAB, then tan lambda is equals to, tan lambda, tan stands for perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular is your AB and base is your OB. So this is your AB upon OB, where AB stands with frictional force, that is F, and OB stands with the normal reaction R. Hence, tan lambda is equals to F upon R. But by the law, you know that mu is equals to F upon R. Hence, what you can say that equation number 1 and equation number 2 will give you a relation that from 1 and 2 you get tan lambda is equals to mu. So what is actually your angle of friction? That angle of friction is always equals to coefficient of friction. Okay. Next you talk about angle of repose. Angle of repose is an angle which is by the friction and the normal reaction but in an inclined plane. वो एक तिरछे inclined plane पे आपको मिलता है, तो उसे आप कहते हैं angle of repose. Basically, by the definition, when an object is in the state of limiting equilibrium on a inclined plane मतलब एक तिरछी पट्टी पे यदि आप किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को रखते हो, तो जितने एंगल से वो तिरछी पट्टी या इंक्लाइन प्लेन अप्रेज है, उतने से आपका एंगल डिस्प्लेस होता है, एंड द एंगल ऑफ इंक्लिनेशन ऑफ दैट पार्ट विद द हॉरिजॉन्टल इज कॉल्ड एज एंगल ऑफ रिपोज. Suppose this is your normal surface, but this is your incline. Let this taken as theta, that angle by which the horizontal surface has been appraised. Now your object is at the upper part. Okay. If someone slides this object, it will move in the lower direction, but the frictional force will act in the upper direction. Okay. Hence, the weight which is being given is taken as upper level are. But actually your earth is in the flat portion. So what will happen? The total weight will going to be shifted out, and that will be your weight is equals to mg. So whatever angle the weight is being shifted, that will be taken as theta at the upper level, hence it will become mg cos theta because it is related to your base. ये उस पर्टिकुलर एंगल का बेस वैल्यू बन रहा है. दूसरा कंपोनेंट जो है वो ये कि जब ये ऑब्जेक्ट स्लाइड करेगा तो उसका वेट mg sin थीटा में होगा. मतलब actually your weight is being divided into two components, one which you called as mg cos theta and one which you will be taken as mg sin theta. So your weight, that is your mg, is being divided into two components, mg sin theta and mg cos theta. In this condition, your frictional force that is moving in the upward direction is balanced by mg sin theta. So hence you get a relation F is equals to mg sin theta. Okay. Second, the normal reaction R is being balanced by mg cos theta. So that is your R is equals to mg cos theta. If you just divide these two equations, one below the another, mg will be cancelled, sin upon cos will give you tan theta, and by law you know that F upon R is equals to mu, therefore mu is also equals to tan theta. So in the same frame you get the two relations, that tan lambda is equals to mu and even tan theta is also equals to mu. So these are the two relations regarding the frictional part. Now, as you know, friction is a necessary content which is to be there present in the surface. Unless and until we have that force of friction, we are not able to move. So there are many things regarding this, that friction can be an advantageous or friction can be a disadvantageous part. It is advantageous because it makes us walk on the surface. It helps many things, many bodies to move on a surface. It will help to rotate any object on the surface. But in some of the cases, the friction is not desirable. That means कभी मशीनरी पार्ट में यदि हम बात करें तो मशीनरी पार्ट में जब कभी फ्रिक्शन बढ़ जाता है तो वो मशीनरी पार्ट में हीट डेवलप होती है, जिसकी वजह से मशीन के जो पार्ट्स होते हैं, पुर्जे होते हैं, वो गर्म होके जल के खराब हो जाते हैं. तो कई जगह फ्रिक्शन बहुत अच्छा है और कई जगह फ्रिक्शन काफ़ी खराब है. कई बार हम फ्रिक्शन को बढ़ाना भी चाहते हैं, तो ऐसे समय पे हम फ्रिक्शन को इंक्रीज करने के लिए या कभी कभी डिक्रीज करने के लिए कई मेथड्स अपनाते हैं. जैसे यदि कोई सरफेस काफ़ी स्मूथ है और वो बहुत स्लिपरी हो रहा है तो हम उस सरफेस को रफ बना देते हैं टू इंक्रीज फ्रिक्शन. आप चाहते हो कि फ्रिक्शन बढ़े, नहीं तो सब जो है स्लिप करके गिर जाए. पर कई बार ऐसा भी होता है कि हमें फ्रिक्शन को रिड्यूस करना पड़ता है. रिडक्शन के लिए आप बहुत अच्छे से पॉलिशिंग कर सकते हो, किसी सरफेस को पॉलिश कर दो तो फ्रिक्शन कम हो जाता है. दूसरा, इफ़ यू गिव सम लुब्रिकेंट, ऑयलिंग, ग्रीसिंग टू सम मशीनरी पार्ट लाइक मूविंग ऑफ अ व्हीकल और चेन और साइकिल चेन यू हैड, तो वहाँ पर यदि वो बहुत टाइट चल रही है साइकिल, तो ऐसे समय पे वो क्या करता है, उसको फ्रिक्शन फ्री कर देता है और वो स्मूथली चलती है. तीसरा एक चीज़ और है जिसे आप कहते हो बॉल बेयरिंग. बॉल बेयरिंग इज़ अ पर्टिकुलर arrangement where two rings are there and in between these two rings you had small iron balls. ये छोटे छोटे आयरन के बॉल्स होते हैं जिसे आप छर्रे कहते हैं. Small iron balls are there which help to rotate this ball bearing and which helps to reduce the friction. Okay. So this is actually some of the methods in which you can increase or decrease the friction, and hence this ends this chapter. And even in your quarterly exam till your 5th chapter, that is laws of motion, the portion will be coming. Clear? Thank you.